What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And now that we know that the 50 is going to be releasing their last couple cards, well, the last three, many of you guys, like myself, believe that Lawrence Taylor has to be a part of the 50 just because of his dominance in the game when he's been in the game. He's a recognizable name. In addition, I just feel that before this promo is over with Zero Chill, which is going to be January 4th, that they're going to probably give us Lawrence Taylor. So we can assume that he's going to be coming this week. The other two players, I don't know what's going on with that, but we do know that Lawrence Taylor is overdue for a card. So pretty much, obviously, I don't think they're going to make him any higher than the 96. I think that this is where the program ends because they're probably going to pick up with the Ultimate Legends starting at a 96. And then some of them be 97s with their limited cards if they continue to keep the same timeline as previous years. So what does that mean for us? We have a lot of tough decisions to make. Number one, they just raised the ability points, so we're going to have a little bit more flexibility with some of the things that we can do. And many of you are asking, like, yo, Gmi, is he a must-have? Because of the way the game is, giving him an additional, giving him a card with additional speed and stuff like that, would that encourage more people to utilize him and just go with the double or nothing? Because more than likely, with a Raiders theme team, Khalil Mack and Ted Hendricks, those are some of our top players, right? With a Raiders theme team. And a lot of us, I don't think I've met anyone, well, probably like one or two people that have giant theme teams. So, for everybody else, like the other 99% of the MUT players that don't use a Giants theme team, you have decisions to make because you have to make sure there's going to be some other cards that are going to be dropping also that may draw some of your interest, that you're going to have to be specifically, keen to understand that they may make your offense better. The problem is a guy like Khalil Mack, he's probably going to be getting another card as well. So now you have to gauge it because with the boost, the biggest thing about it is this, right? When we take a look at, power rushers, we need that speed and we need the block shed. Because that's pretty much what it is. When they get caught up on the block, and that 91 block shed, more than likely Khalil Mack's next card is going to be endgame, right? So he'll probably have over 95 block shed. That's going to be huge. His speed is going to be a lot higher also. So one of the things that I want to make sure everybody understands, Ricky Jackson is still a really good card. If you still have a 49er theme team. Obviously, I was there before I went to the Raiders, right? Ricky Jackson, I don't know when they're going to give him another card, but his next card is also going to be wild. So LT might not be as much, he might not be as exciting as we all think. Because based on the way that most of our theme teams are, will he be decent to probably get a play here and there? Yeah, but next cards for a lot of these theme teams, it's going to create a very, very huge decision, right? So for me, I got to tell you right now, based on this card, I don't know if we should be as excited as you guys are talking. Unless you're going to have a theme team with the Giants and make him be ridiculous. Because more than likely, they're going to give him ridiculous speed and everything with the boost for the Giants theme team. Because they know many people are not going to, use the Giants. And, for the majority of the people, you either, Ravens, Cardinals, Raiders, Cardinals, Ravens, 49ers. Those are some of the top teams. Dallas Cowboys, because of the the Deion Sanders wide receiver, I've been seeing a lot more people go after that 98 or 99 speed because of that. But again, with the way that everything is right now, I just want to make sure that you guys understand the importance of the attributes. Because realistically, Khalil Mack with double or nothing is probably going to be better right now as it stands with the ability points increase. Obviously it doesn't affect, double or nothing working or whatever, but he's obviously going to be better. That is a major, major factor. He's absolutely going to be better at, whatever he's doing because he gets those boosts and he has the ability. Lawrence Taylor is just going to be a monster. Whatever way they release him, probably going to have like 95, 96 speed, something like that. That's always not a good thing. Because one of the things that you guys have to understand is EA Sports doesn't want you getting immediate pressure to the quarterback. So the faster your players are, more than likely they're going to get nano detected, they'll be stood up and stuff like that. It starts to get really, really annoying. So with the way that everything is set up, I told you guys before in the previous video, I'm going to adjust a couple things because I have to make sure if I do bring Lawrence Taylor onto the team, the same thing for you guys, you got to make sure that you have space. So as far as our specialists go, we snuck in Devin White, we snuck in Isaiah Simmons, right? We also have Marcus Davenport. I don't know if we're at that 55, like we might have 55 players right now in the squad after I just added Devin White. So somebody's going to have to go. Marcus Davenport more than likely might have to hit the road. We'll figure that out because, like I said, you know, he's a New Orleans player, so he doesn't apply to anything anyway, so it don't matter. We'll just get rid of him, put another New York Giant or whatever in there. This is what I need you guys to understand, though. In some cases, it does become extremely difficult to manage with the way that your team is set up by adding additional players. Like, for instance, right here, you can't add a left outside linebacker, I don't think, in this segment. For those of you guys that were like, yo, what are you going to do with this? How are you going to get him in? So what happens is, because we can't add, you know, right outside linebackers in this section, we would just be removing this card just to put him in someplace else. All right, so it's not that big of a deal right now. I wouldn't go too crazy because guess what happens? We can always sneak him in with special teams the way we did Calvin Johnson. I think you can, right? Let me make sure that you can before I just start saying it. I think you could put anybody in, right? Do linebacker, or maybe not. We might have to put him into the actual lineup. I just realized that. We can't sneak him in the way we did Calvin. Putting in like because they have like the wide receivers and the safety. They allow that to happen, that's it. All right, so pretty much, let me go all the way down. Tight end, strong safety. Yeah, we can't do nothing, dude. We can't do nothing with LT. Yeah, we're gonna have to put him in the lineup, fam. The dude is garbage, but see, now we gotta make a spot for him. We gotta make a spot. Oh my God, I was thinking like, yo, we gonna sneak him in. Nah, dude, it ain't no sneaking in happening. This dude might have to go in. Wait a minute, let's check out sub linebacker. Is sub linebacker only middle linebackers and safeties? Let's check this out real quick. See what we got going on, just to make sure. What do we got here? All right, middle line. Okay, no, we'll sneak him in over here then. Yeah, we're gonna sneak him in over here. How would we have some work to do, guys. We got some work to do. We're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna rock this out. We got some work to do because somebody's gonna have to go. But Isaiah Simmons is obviously staying. Even though he cost me a game recently, he's gonna stay. And then Devin White is very, very useful for us. It doesn't. I think we're at 52, right? Yeah, we're at 52. It's just like some of you guys are like, yo, Gmi, you got the space. Why are you going crazy? Because they're gonna add other players that I'm gonna immediately want, and I don't want to have to go through this. So for a lot of you guys that are doing team building, we gotta squeeze players in certain places. Like, it's necessary for these guys to be put in certain spots. That's why we snuck Calvin in as a free safety right there to kind of get him in there. Because once you start playing around with this, I think we have one more spot for, a running back that we're missing here. We could just throw another Raider right there. But that also depends on how many spaces we have. Also, I hate Darren Waller, so John O. Smith is there. If they do give us like a Dave Casper or another Raiders tight end that's better, that also may help with that situation. So there are other ways that we're going to be able to, get LT in if we want him. But what I'm trying to make you guys understand, before you go to those lengths, take a look at what your theme team is doing and understand that you can make a player better. It's like a lot of people that use Dante Jackson but give him one step ahead. He turns into Dion because that one step ahead, you're not doing nothing with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the abilities make these guys superhero. Like, they're like superheroes, bro. Like, running around being weird. So you have to be able to understand that. And I'm gonna wait to see what his card is. If the numbers are crazy, we won't ignore it. We'll go ahead and do something about it. But we're also gonna have to take a look at some of the other abilities that are newly available. Like, inside stuff. We're gonna go ahead and refund this ability. All right, and we're gonna give him Run Stopper. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much it. He gets it for 1. We got to start giving out 1-point abilities. And then, let the chips fall where they may. If the dude doesn't want to do anything and he wants to get run all over, like, we have to let that happen. But at the end of the day, we're going to still make sure that we have players in the game that can make something happen. That's ultimately what I'm looking to do. So now we have 3 AP, right? And looking at the way the squad is and the way that we're maneuvering the squad, we can now start to look and say, all right, what are we using? Why are we using it? And how can these players help us out? This guy's a speed. What is Aldon? Aldon Smith is a power rusher, right? Because if I have him in the game, hold on, because I use Khalil Mack on the inside, and then he's one of, for the odd defense, you don't really need the extra DN to have an ability. Quite honestly, you just don't. So, a lot of these abilities that are now available, recuperation, all this stuff, like recover from fatigue at an increased rate, that might help offensively to keep your players up and, keep them up and running, especially with Randy Moss and stuff like that, the guys that are super fast. But I don't think I'm going to go that crazy with trying to increase a lot of the other, apply abilities to some of the other cards. especially like guys like Aldon Smith that don't really play, we're probably just going to leave it the way that it is. Warren Sapp, Ted Hendricks, Khalil Mack. Let's see something though, because we could probably do something, because Devin White is a key factor in certain defenses. What does he get? He's a field general. So what is he actually doing? All right, 1 AP, Mr. Big Stop. He didn't really do it. Okay, well, Mr. Big, okay. Medium route, enforcer. Really? He gets enforcer for 2? Well, we know it don't work, so it don't really matter. They increase under pressure. Yeah, mid zone. Not really. Secure tackle of 1. Deflator, we don't care about that. Recuperation. So yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll just leave him the way that he is. But like I said, the reason that I wanted to point all this stuff out to you guys, just to make sure that you know, you are going to have to, you know, figure out how to squeeze this guy into your lineup. And I think we just figured out what we're going to be doing going forward if we were to try him out. But I have a feeling, just hear me out, with all the Ultimate Legends coming out and everything like that, that we're all going to get newer versions of a lot of the cards, and the Raiders are going to get some really key parts. Let me just point this out to you. If the 49ers get a Ricky Jackson, or any of your theme teams get a player that is a right outside, left outside linebacker, or whatever, remember you could just always change the secondary position. If that player with boost is suitable to LT, don't go crazy because of the name. Trust me, this is the one year where it doesn't really matter. Put an ability on your card and just go to work. Whatever EA Sports is going to allow to happen, they're going to allow it to happen. Just let them do whatever they're doing. That is pretty much it. Anything else, I wouldn't bother with it. Just leave it as is. I promise you, you will get the same effect. For instance, if Khalil Mack got another card, for whatever reason, I wouldn't even look at Lawrence Taylor. And he, you know, obviously he's one of the most OP cards in the game usually. So that's just to give you some insight. Take advantage of the AP. Let me know if you're a demon and you're running 3 one-step aheads, because you are just a savage, and that's going to probably turn me on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your plans are with LT. I just wanted to give you guys some insight into it for the decision making for your ultimate team, to make sure you have the best players out there that's going to get you those W's. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have a great day. One love, y'all.